and welcome to MLC TV News Hour. My name is Mona Balak. With first the headlines. Federal government releases 16.7 billion naira for 2021 MDAS pension. 2 UNILORIN professors listed among world's top scientists in historic vote. Protesters in Australia set Old Parliament House in Canberra on fire. And NFF appoints PESEIRO as new Super Eagles head coach. And now the news in details. The newly appointed Minister of State for Works and Housing, Muazu Jaji Sambo, Wednesday assumed duties with a vow to help the present administration to leave some legacies behind in infrastructural development across the country. Sambo, who reiterated the fact that the infrastructural development is germane to the socio-economic development of any nation, added that Nigeria is not an exception. He spoke while addressing management and staff of the ministry led by the Permanent Secretary, Babangida Hussaini, who received him on assumption of office. Sambo said, "Mr. President is a blessing to this country. I keep saying that the skeptics will not realize this until His Excellency is gone. But some of us who know that socio-economic development is tied to massive infrastructural development know that President Muhammadu Buhari has chosen the right course." The minister cited China and Dubai in the United Arab Emirates as examples of nations that have developed rapidly due to their infrastructural development. "I will be fulfilled if within the time I am going to be here, I am able to help Mr. President leave some legacies behind in infrastructural development across the country." The minister expressed appreciation for the warm reception accorded him by the management and staff of the ministry. He expressed his readiness to work assiduously and harmoniously with the Honorable Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola's son, who he described as a man of high intellect, competence and passion for development. President Muhammadu Buhari's assertion that the next president of Nigeria should be someone who can secure the country is an endorsement of the aspiration of Governor Yaya Bello of Kogi State to become the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Ahmed Usman Ododo, staunch supporter of the GYB to PYB agenda, stated this in Lokoja, the state capital. Ododo, while referring to the statement by President Buhari, who spoke during a work visit to Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, noted that the monumental achievement of the Kogi state government under Yaya Bello in securing lives and property in the state is a clear demonstration of the mastery of both kinetic and non-kinetic instruments of national security by Governor Yaya Bello. Ododo, who described Governor Yaya Bello as the best person for the job, noted that it's only natural that GYB would replicate the same string of successes recorded in the provision of infrastructure and security in all parts of Kogi State at the national level when elected the President of Nigeria in 2023. This, he noted, has been demonstrated through several projects like the construction of Ganaja Flyover, Okene Reference Hospital and other health institutions across the state, as well as road networks in the nooks and crannies of the state and security interventions by Governor Yaya Bello, one of which is the recent arrest of all 25 armed robbery suspects who attacked a bank in Egbeyagbal West local government area of the state. He urged Nigerian youth to take up the challenge of securing the country by working for the realization of the presidential ambition of Governor Yaya Bello come 2023. Kogi State Governor Yaya Bello has appointed Sule Ahmed Chugodo as the new clerk for Kogi State House of Assembly. Until his appointment as clerk of the House, he was the Director of Accounts of the State House of Assembly. The immediate clerk of the House, Ibrahim Issa Amoka, has retired after a meritorious 35 years of service. In its bid to boost self-employment, the National Directorate of Employment, NDE, has begun a 5-day training for 25 unemployed graduates in Kogi State on solar power installation and maintenance. The training, which is under NDE Solar Training Scheme of the Special Public Works Program, is aimed at providing the participants with the needed skills to become self-employed. In his keynote address, the Director General of NDE, Abubakar Nuhu Fikbu, who was delivered by the Kogi State coordinator of MDE, Abubakar Zakari, called on the trainees to take the training seriously, as it will serve as a life-changing opportunity for them. The Director General noted that many are looking forward for the rare privilege, but to come their way, hence the need for the beneficiaries to make good use of the opportunity in improving upon their living standards. He described solar energy as the only alternative towards boosting regular power supply in Nigeria, saying that the knowledge acquired on the scheme will be of great economic value to the nation. FICO therefore urged the participants to appreciate the management of NDE for considering them for the free training. One of the resource persons, Engineer Anslim Agbuga, in his paper at the workshop charged the unemployed graduates to see the training as a great privilege which they must ensure maximum utilization to acquire skills that will make them self-reliant. The Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria has said the car park at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos, which is managed by Messrs. Seymour Nigeria Limited, is safe for travelers and vehicles. Fans stated this in reaction to a publication detailing complaints by motorists about how accessories are being stolen from their vehicles when parked at the car park. In a statement signed by the General Manager, Corporate Affairs, Henrietta Yakubu Fan stated that additional security measures have been put in place to forestall the reoccurrence of such act. Fan said the unfortunate incident, which has been thoroughly reviewed and addressed, is an isolated case in the history of the management of the facility. While we have reached out to the victim of the incident, we would like to assure our esteemed customers that the airport as well as its parking facility is safe and secure. Two dons from University of Ilorin were named world-famous academic publishing company Elsevier amongst the most productive scientists in the world. Two Nigerian professors Kayode Oyewumi and Musa Yakubu, both of the University of Ilorin, have been listed among Elsevier BV's most productive scientists in the world. Elsevier BV is an academic publishing company that publishes medical and scientific literature. It is based in Stanford University in United States of America. UNILORIN announced the global recognition in its bulletin issued on Wednesday in Ilorin. And speaking on behalf of the duo, Oyewumi, the Dean of Faculty of Physical Sciences, said researchers' ranking had become a global tool for evaluating intellectualism, academic prowess, research excellence, and impact in the 21st century. Oyewumi added that 180,000 scientists were selected from the more than 8 million active scientists worldwide in 22 major scientific fields and 176 subfields. The federal government described last Sunday's fire incident at Next Cash and Carry Abuja, which described goods worth several billions of naira as a sad development to the country. The government, which sympathized with the management of the business organization, pledged its readiness to offer possible assistance towards its resuscitation. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Umar Farouk, who said this while on an on-the-spot assessment, visited to the scene of the incident, expressed sadness over the development. Given the development, she said, establishment like this or any other commercial or public building should put in place necessary arrangements to prevent disasters like this and also update their fire prevention drills. Describing the extent of the damage is not only catastrophic but also colossal, the minister pledged that we will also come in as a government to see how we can support this organization. Noting that this is a very unfortunate incident, she said it is catastrophic and loss not just to the management of this company, but to the government and the country at large. The federal government has released 16.67 billion naira for the payment of accrued pension rights to 2021 retirees of Treasury-funded ministries, departments, agencies, MDAS. In a third statement, the National Pension Commission, PENCOM, stated the National Pension of Commission, PENCOM, is pleased to announce the release of 16.67 billion naira by the federal government for the payment of accrued pension rights to 2021 retirees of Treasury-funded ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs. The federal government had earlier settled all areas of accrued pension right payments to the verified and enrolled retirees up to December 2020. The report said, as a result of this, the Commission approved the remittance of the entire amount to the RSAs of 11,385 retirees and deceased employees of Treasury-funded MDAs. Also, according to PEMCOM, the government released 11.82 billion naira for payment of accrued pension rights of retirees under its MDAs in January. Ogun State House of Assembly on Wednesday passed 350.73 billion naira 2022 appropriation bill into law as presented by the state governor Dapo Abiodun. The state government had a month ago presented the budget proposal tagged Budget of Restoration before the lawmakers in the state. The Assembly, before the passage, adjusted some recurrent and capital estimates of about 182 agencies. The passage of the bill was consequent upon the presentation of the report of the House Committee on Finance and Appropriation by its chairman, Olakunle Shobunkola, who thereafter moved the motion for its adoption, seconded by his vice, Ganiyu Oyediji, and supported by the whole House through a unanimous vote. The appropriation bill was later read and adopted clause by clause by the committee of the House, presided over by the Speaker, Olakunle Olumo, at a plenary held at the Assembly Complex, Oke-Moson, in Abeokuta. The Assembly at the committee level carried out slight adjustments in the recurrent expenditures of about 144 agencies and equally adjusted the capital expenditures of 38 other agencies. The Assembly added that the adjustments led to a reduction in the total recurrent expenditure from the initial 172 billion naira to 153 billion, resulting in 19.89 billion decrease, while capital expenditure was increased from 107 billion to 197 billion, giving an increment of 19.816 billion. The Speaker directed that the clean copy of the bill be transmitted to the Governor for his assent. He commended his colleague lawmakers, management and staff of the Assembly for their unrelenting efforts towards promoting good governance through the passage of people-oriented legislations. Death penalty for child rapists as prescribed by the Child Protection Law has been enacted by Jigawa State Government. With the law, anyone convicted of raping a child below the age of 10 will be sentenced to death with no other option available. This was disclosed by the State Commissioner for Justice and the Attorney General, Musa Adamu, at a press briefing in Duse, the state capital. According to the Commissioner, the ministry had received a total number of 196 case diaries, while 178 pieces of legal advice were prepared in respect of the case diaries received. The Commissioner used the opportunity to call for the use of technology to reduce the delay in criminal litigation, which he says is one of the major challenges the judiciary is facing in the state. You are still watching MLC TV News. I will take a short break. The news continues shortly. Season's greetings from MLC TV.
From the news desk, we promise to be objective, impartial, and up to the minute with breaking news. And also, watch out for more exciting and entertaining educative programs come your way 2022. I am Fatima Yakub, MLC TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and all of the above. You will not regret partnering with us. Thank you.
I am Faith Abdul-Ghaffar from the Reporters Desk. We wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. You'll be expecting more of our reports from every angles of the world.
From the entertainment desk of MLC TV, we promise to bring more exciting entertainment content your way come 2022. Thanks for believing in us. Thanks for staying with us throughout the 2021.
Next year will be a bigger and better year. My name is Matthias Aidiji Peter, viewers of MLC TV. My name is Malik Jonah, always bringing you sport on MLC TV. We promise you 2022 is going to be a big and sweet year. Sports updates back to back. Happy New Year in advance.
I am Avoswahi Amodu, presenter of Young Parliament on MLC TV. I thank you for being with us, and I promise 2022 will be a captivating and quintessential, with lots of young parliamentarians joining me on the set to talk about issues that emanate from national and state parliament. Let us do it better in 2022.
From all of us in Mlc TV, we thank all our subscribers and partners who have been with us since September 13, 2021, when we first launched our news daily. We appreciate you for believing in us. We also promise not to disappoint you in 2022. We can only get better. You will not regret partnering with us. We urge millions of people to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mlc TV, and to like our Facebook page, MLC TV, to do business even better. We are Mlc TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Merry Christmas and New Year in advance from all of us.
Well, love.
Glad to have you back. Zamfara State Command has arrested notorious bandits and rescued 10 kidnapped victims, including one-year-old baby in the state. During a press conference at headquarters of the command in Gusau, the commissioner of the police, CP Ayuba Elkanah, said the victims were rescued during a fire exchange with bandits who attacked Gada village in Bungudu local government area of the state in the early hours of Wednesday. He explained that the bandits who arrived at the village in their large number have killed the district head, 4 other residents, and abducted others. The Commissioner of Police revealed that following an intelligence report, police, military, and vigilante blocked the exit road of the criminal, engaged them in heavy fire exchange, dispersed them, and rescued the 10 kidnapped victims. Similarly, he paraded one notorious bandit named Sani Mati, aka Mayan Mata, aged 20, who were arrested by the police tactical operatives along Zumi axis while trying to block road for operation, and a notorious phone snatcher, Haliru Ibrahim, who was arrested in Gusau. According to the CP, they recovered one AK-47, double magazine with 3 rounds of live ammunition, and an operational motorcycle. While fielding questions during the conference, they arrest bandits who confessed to committing the crimes such as kidnapping and cattle rustling. Said he cannot account for how many lives he killed because they are too many. The CP noted that as soon as the investigation is concluded, the 2 arrested suspects will be charged to the court, while rescued victims will be reunited with their families. The Commissioner for Police in Ekiti State, Tunde Mobayo, has confirmed that an assistant superintendent of police on motorcycle was crushed to death while 8 other cops sustained injuries in an incident involving the van of the Rapid Response Squad in Ado-Ekiti. Mobayo, who mourned the death of the policeman and sympathized with the injured, however, dismissed reports that the police van crushed the cop to death while in the pursuit of suspected internet fraudsters. The CP, in a statement by the public relations officer for the command, Sunday Abutu, said the accident was caused by a mechanical fault to the police van while the RRS operatives were in transit to react to a distress call. He said around 6:30 p.m. a distress call was received from the DPO Ikole Ekiti by the RRS for a reinforcement for the possible arrest of some suspected cultists who have been terrorizing the people of Ikole Ekiti and its environs. Abutu stated that Mobayo sympathized with the family of the deceased police officer and prayed that God would grant him eternal rest. According to the PPRO, the CP has visited the injured policemen in hospital and will also visit the family of the deceased ASP. The notion that we disagree to agree is an antidote to conflict resolution, especially where maturity, wisdom, and patience is deployed. Proactive leaders among wise men often anticipate conflict in our fragmented settings, evolved strategies on how to contend with the temperaments arising from it. It is one thing to set up a committee and another thing to choose the people that could intervene and manage the lingering issues. The case in Nasarawa State is not different from other states who constituted Facts-Finding and Reconciliation Committee or not. In Nasarawa State, the committee in place have a clear mandate and terms of reference to deal with all issues considered as post-elections and Congress matters. The committee chairman in person of Senator H. Igwebola and other 10 members had interactive section with elected political office holders, party leaders, and other relevant stakeholders across the 3 senatorial districts. In the course of deliberations, complaints and petitions were submitted. The committee, in her wisdom, subjected the aggrieved persons to public hearing and defense accordingly. The general public commending the governor of Nasarawa State for his wisdom and proactive steps towards keeping the party as one family. And now to the foreign scene. Australia's former parliament building in the capital, Canberra, was briefly set alight on Thursday by protesters during a demonstration for Aboriginal sovereignty. No one was injured in the fire, which engulfed the old Parliament House front doors before it was put out. It follows a fortnight of protest activity at the site, police said. Protest violence on the scale is rare in Australia, but flare-ups have become more common during the pandemic. Some of the protesters had identified themselves as part of anti-government and sovereign citizen groups, observers said. Prime Minister Scott Morrison condemned the violence, saying this is not how Australia works. Workers inside the heritage building were quickly evacuated once the fire broke out on Thursday. The current residents of the building, the Museum of Australian Democracy, had on 20th December shut its doors after Indigenous protesters held a peaceful sit-in. The museum said it recognized protesters' rights to a peaceful protest. It has not yet addressed Thursday's protests. Saudi Arabia has reintroduced mandatory wearing of face masks and maintaining social distancing indoors and outdoors effective from Thursday in a new move to curb the rapid increase of the cases of COVID-19 variants. The new decision will come into force from 7 a.m. on Thursday, December 30th, the Saudi press agency reported on Wednesday, quoting an official source of the Ministry of Interior. The source indicated that all procedures and measures are subject to continuous evaluation by the competent health authorities in the kingdom according to the developments of the epidemiological situation locally and globally. The source explained that legal procedures and penalties will be applied on violators. Chinese ride-hailing giant Didi Global has seen its losses deepen after Beijing ordered online stores not to offer the company's app. The firm reported an operating loss of $6.3 billion for the first 9 months of the year as revenues in China fell by 5% in the third quarter. The Chinese crackdown came just days after Didi made its New York stock market debut at the end of June. This month it said it will move its share listing to Hong Kong from the United States. In recent months, Didi has become one of the most high-profile targets of Beijing's clampdown on the country's technology industry. The restrictions placed on it by authorities in China have hit its share price in the United States hard. The company's value on the New York Stock Exchange has fallen by 65% since its debut less than 6 months ago. In its latest report to investors, the firm also said that its board had authorized it to pursue a listing of its shares on the main board of the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. Didi also said in Thursday's announcement that Daniel Zhang, the chief executive of Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba, who had served as a director on its board since 2018, has resigned from the role. As well as coming under intense scrutiny from Chinese regulators, Didi now faces tough competition in its home market from ride-hailing services lauded by car makers Geely and SAIC Motors. Over now to Jonah for the sports update.
to Sports Update. The Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) announced the appointment of Portuguese tactician Jose PESEIRO as the new head coach of the Super Eagles. The NFF made the announcement in a communique issued at the end of the executive committee meeting on Wednesday. After careful consideration of the memo presented by Chairman of the Tactical and Development Subcommittee, Ahmed Yusuf Fresh, the Executive Committee endorsed a proposal for the appointment of Jose PESEIRO as the new head coach of the Super Eagles. However, the committee resolved that Austin Ogwaivo, named the interim coach, will lead the Super Eagles to the AFCON 2021 in Cameroon, with PESEIRO only playing the role of observer. It was unanimously agreed that the AFCON is a good avenue for PESEIRO to launch a working relationship with Ogwaivo, who will revert to his role as tactical director. Hence, PESEIRO immediate boss after the AFCON. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola says the Premier League title race is far from over, despite seeing his side end 2021 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League table after defeating Brentford 1-0 last night. With Chelsea being held to a 1-1 draw by Brighton earlier on Wednesday and Liverpool losing 1-0 to Leicester City the day before, capitalized by seeing off a spirited Bees side. Finishing first time from Kevin De Bruyne's whipped ball. The win was City's 10th in a row, leaves them in a commanding position at the top of the Premier League table. The previous two occasions City rounded off December in its first place in the Premier League was in 2011-2012 season and 2017-2018 season. They went on to win the title. And that's Sports Update on MLC TV. I am Mlc Jonah.
Thanks for that update. Over now to Matthias Ayodeji for entertainment news.
On entertainment news today, American rapper Dr. Dre and his ex-wife Nicole Young have struck a deal over his vast estate. According to TMZ, Dre has agreed to pay $100 million, equivalent to 57 billion naira, to Nicole, $50 million now and the balance in a year. In exchange for this deal, Dre got to keep 7 of the properties they own, including a Malibu home, 2 homes in Calabasas, and 4 properties in the LA area, including the $100 million Brentwood estate. He also got the full right to his master recordings, trademarks, and interest in various partnerships and trusts. The billionaire rapper and music executive also got to keep all their Apple stocks, which include the proceeds from the sales of Beats by Dre, while Nicole got jewelries, cash, and bank accounts that she had maintained during the marriage. Nicole filed for divorce from the millionaire rapper back in 2020. She cited irreconcilable differences as the reason for her split from the hip-hop mogul. Since their split, they have been at loggerheads of finances and prenup. In July, a court ordered the millionaire to pay his ex-wife, Young, $300,000, equivalent to 151 million naira, in spousal support monthly. According to RADA, the Superior Court judge's decision was only temporary until a final decision is reached. The couple got married in 1996 and are blessed with 2 adult children, Tris and Truly. Young was formerly married to NBA player Sadele Traits and is a trained lawyer. That's all in entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Ayodeji, reporting for MLC TV.
Thanks for the update, Matthias. And that's our package for today. Thank you for watching. Please do remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mlc TV. On Facebook, it is Mlc TV, and on Twitter at MLC TV 2021. And of course, you can keep up with all the developing stories that we're tracking at this hour. Once again, thank you for watching. My name is Mono Balagugu. Have a wonderful day.